加密货币市场有很多非常有趣的东西，很多东西现在已经变成一种文化现象。所以，如果你也像我一样对加密货币市场的文化感兴趣的话，那么我们今天一起来学习其中的一个方面，就是与加密市场有关的趣味英文。让我们开始吧。那我们首先看第一个词 HODL。HODL means hold on for dear life， 翻译成中文就叫死了都不卖，死拿不卖，相当于我们中国人在2007年牛市顶峰的时候流行的一首歌叫死了都不卖，相信很多写错误，很明显它是用 hold 这个词拼错而来的。 hold 的意思就是持有了，所以我们就知道它的来源。所以 HODL, originally a misspelling of hold, has become a well-known strategy among cryptocurrency investors, symbolizing the practice of holding onto assets despite market volatility. 所以 hold 这个词作为一个拼写错误呢，它不仅产生了一个新词，而且它已经成为一种文化。作为加密货币市场，不管短期波动，我愿长期持有。The term HODL gained prominence from humorous 2013 Bitcoin talk forum posted by user GameCube, who advised holding Bitcoin due to the unpredictable nature of trading. 所以这个词是由2013年比特币社区论坛上一个用户叫做 GameCube， 他表达了自己的观点，说加密货币市场具体来讲就是比特币，虽然它的交易具有巨大的不确定性，但我愿意长期持有它。所以他用了 hold 这个词，结果不小心拼错了，拼成了 HODL， 这下这个词就出名了。Despite the frequent and often extreme price-visit cryptocurrencies, HODLing embodies a philosophy of long-term investment based on the belief in the future potential of crypto assets. 尽管加密货币市场波动非常大，我们知道有时候可能一天跌掉50%，几个月跌掉90%，这种情况在历史上都发生过。但是 HODLing 作为一个很有号召力的投资哲学，他告诉我们，不管市场短期如何波动，长期只要你看好它，你就应该坚定持有。Beyond its use in cryptocurrency circles, the HODL strategy mirrors traditional buy and hold strategies in stock investing, focusing on long-term growth rather than short-term gains. 也就是在传统金融市场也有叫 buy and hold 买入并持有的策略。你买股票，如果你打算长期持有而不专注于短期利益的话，那么你跟我们这里讲的 HODL 就很相似。例如巴菲特讲过一句非常有名的话，1988年他说 My favorite holding period is forever， 所以他说我最喜欢的持股期限是永远。这不就跟我们这里的 HODL 的精神完全一致吗？HODL has not only become a slang term in the crypto world, but also names a DeFi token on the Binance Smart Chain, rewarding users who maintain their positions. 所以 HODL 现在不仅是一个词，它还在 BSC 链上成为了一个去中心化金融产品的代币。所以 HODL 作为一个拼写错误，它不仅产生了一个新词，它更是一种投资哲学。第二个词 FOMO。FOMO means fear of missing out， 担心错过，我们称之为踏空恐惧。就如果我总是患得患失，担心自己错过机会的话，那么这种情绪就叫 FOMO。所以 FOMO 是一种情绪，当然这种情绪是不理性的，是很危险的。所以我们说 FOMO often fueled by social media hype can lead to impulse buying of an investment out of fear of missing out on a great opportunity. 经常我们会受到社交媒体的鼓动，然后担心错失某个机会而产生一些冲动型的投资决策。FOMO-fueled investments are irrational by nature, and research shows they prioritize the chance of short-term gains over the kind of long-term planning more likely to lead to real gains. 所以 FOMO 驱动的决策呢是不理性的，这些人通常都很专注于短期的收益，而没有长远的规划。Ways to combat FOMO include thoroughly researching investments and waiting at least a month before pulling the trigger. 抵抗 FOMO 这种情绪的办法就是对你所考虑的投资项目进行充分的调研，并且在扣动扳机前三思而行。所以我们作为一个理性投资人，我们不能受到 FOMO 这种情绪的推动。第三个词 FUD F-U-D F-U-D means fear, uncertainty, and doubt. 恐惧、不确定及怀疑 FUD 什么意思呢？ Fear, uncertainty, and doubt, which is also known as FUD, is a manipulative propaganda tactic used in technology sales, marketing, public relations, politics, polling, and cults. FUD is generally a strategy to influence perception by disseminating negative and dubious or false information and the manifestation of the appeal to fear. FUD 这个词的意思，大家看，它是一个 manipulative propaganda tactic， 是一种操控型的宣传策略，所以它通常是一种带有阴谋色彩的一种做法，所以相当于我们讲的唱空、泼脏水、怀疑论。所以如果我们在竞争当中要打压某个竞争对手，有些人可能会采取这种方法，就是给对方泼脏水。FUD 这个词不仅仅用在我们加密货币市场上，它还有很多其他的场景。In public policy, a similar concept has been referred to as manufactured uncertainty, which involves casting doubt on academic findings, exaggerating their claimed imperfections. A manufactured controversy, sometimes shortened to manufacturecy, is a contrived disagreement typically motivated by profit or ideology, designed to create public confusion concerning an issue about which there is no substantial academic dispute. 所以这里还举了两个例子，在其他场景当中，它也有类似于 FUD 这样的策略。例如，在公共政策当中，一个类似的概念叫 manufactured uncertainty， 人造不确定性、人为不确定性。也就是说，科学结论其实已经有了，但是我们故意把水搅浑，制造一些不确定，让观众对科学结论产生怀疑，从而达到自己的目的。所以这是一种类似于阴谋的一种做法。另外还有一种做法叫 manufactured controversy， 叫人造争议、人为争议，甚至有时候把它缩写成一个词叫做 manufacturecy， 就是对于学术研究一些研究结论明明已经没有争议，但是为了把水搅浑，我们在市场上、媒体上制造争议。所以 FUD 相当于泼脏水啊、唱空啊这个意思。第四个词叫做 pump and dump， 这是一种金融市场常见的价格操纵策略，我们称之为拉高出货，或者叫做哄抬出货。通常指的是在你持有某个头寸以后啊，你就在市场或者媒体上或者论坛上发布一些误导性的、不真实的一些信息，制造市场的乐观情绪，从而把这个价格哄抬上去，然后你再高位出货。In a pump and dump scheme, fraudsters typically spread false or misleading information to create a buying frenzy that will pump up the price of a stock and then dump shares of stock by selling their own shares at the inflated price. Once the fraudsters dump their shares and stop hyping the market, the stock price typically falls and investors lose money. 所以你制造这种虚假信息，把价格搞上去，你自己的股票出来以后，然后价格下来以后，这个游戏就结束了。所以这是一种市场操纵的手法。那这里用的是股票的例子，现在在加密货币市场甚至更常见。False or misleading information about the company's stock price may be spread through sources including social media, investment research websites, investment newsletters, online advertisement, emails, internet chat rooms, direct mail, newspapers, magazines, and radio. Microcap companies are particularly vulnerable to pump and dump schemes because there is often limited publicly available information about microcap companies. 所以这些虚假信息的传播主要是通过社交媒体啊、邮箱啊、论坛啊等等这些形式去实现的。在哪一类股票上最容易发生这种操控呢？就是 microcap companies， 微小市值的公司。这些公司啊，通常它因为信息披露不充分，或者是跟踪它的分析师比较少，又或者因为它的市值比较低，容易被资金操控，所以它容易成为 pump and dump 的对象。所以我们要特别小心，特别是如果你有 FOMO 情绪在推动你的话，你很容易上这个当。下一个词 to the moon， 登上月球，所以它相当于我们讲的登月上天。这个就是通常用来指这个加密资产的价格，就是充满乐观情绪，就是要上天了。比如说这波行情要上天 to the moon。 The exact moment when the expression to the moon was first used in the crypto context is unknown. However, many agree that it became widespread during Bitcoin's bull run in 2017 when the cryptocurrency's value skyrocketed from $1,000 to nearly $20,000. To the moon 具体用来指加密货币，什么时候开始采用的不太清楚，但是人们一般都认为是2017年比特币的那波牛市从1000块钱涨到2万美金，这一波人们就说比特币上天了。Another famous example when the modern going to the moon definition was applicable is Ethereum's price spike between January and October 2021, when the crypto's value rose from less than $1,000 to approximately $5,000. 另外一个例子就是2021年1月到10月，以太坊的价格从1000块钱涨到5000块钱的这一波，也称为上天了。However, the phrase really gained popularity in the past few years on Twitter in connection to Dogecoin, a meme coin actively supported by Elon Musk. The Tesla CEO keeps boosting the interest in Doge and causing surges in its price, such as when he said Doge to the moon in his 2022 Twitter Spaces appearance. 我们知道伊隆马斯克在他收购推特之前，他就是推特上最大的意见领袖之一，所以推特马斯克一直宣传狗狗币 Dogecoin， 所以他经常用这个词，就是 Dogecoin to the moon， Doge to the moon， 狗狗币要上天。The spread of this expression became even more rapid when Elon Musk announced that he would literally be sending the meme coin to the moon with Doge 1, a 40-kilogram cube satellite flying as a payload on a Falcon 9 rocket. 通过他的猎鹰9号火箭，马斯克真的发射 meme coin 到月球上去。而且2023年啊，有一个 空间发射计划就是由狗狗币全额赞助的，是这样的话使得这个 To the Moon 在狗狗币身上得到了广泛的传播。下一个词大家一定会喜欢，叫做 WAGMI。WAGMI 什么意思呢？是一个缩写 ，means we're all gonna make it。我们大家都会成功，我们都会发财，所以这是一个非常好用的词，表达一种团结、互助、乐观的情绪。WAGMI is an acronym that stands for We're all gonna make it. It's an expression commonly used in online communities, especially in the context of cryptocurrency. WAGMI is a rallying cry that symbolizes unity, determination, and optimism among individuals who share a common interest in cryptocurrencies and their potential for future success. 所以 WAGMI 是一个非常好的词，它代表着我们这个加密社区团结、坚定、乐观的精神。WAGMI represents an optimistic attitude towards achieving success or reaching a particular goal. It's often used by people who are involved in crypto projects or are investing in crypto assets such as Bitcoin or NFTs and believe in their future success. 所以如果我们一起来做一个加密货币的项目，或者我们共同投资一个产品，我们就说 WAGMI， 我们大家都会发财。In the crypto communities, WAGMI is often used to uplift and encourage others during times of market volatility or uncertainty. It serves as a way to express confidence despite temporary setbacks or fluctuations. It's part of the Web3 ethics that collective belief and effort will lead to a favorable outcome in the long run. 所以在加密货币的圈子里面呢 ，WAGMI 经常被用来在市场低迷或者回撤的时候用来给其他人打气。它相当于在市场不景气的情况下可以激发大家的信心，所以它被看成是一种 Web3 世界的一种文化，就是我们共同的理想信念最终就会带来一个长期的好结果。所以我们遇到困难的时候不要怕，我们就说 WAGMI。那么跟它相反的一个词呢 NOGAMI。NOGAMI means not gonna make it， 就是我们不会成功，所以它就是凉凉了、歇菜了、不行了这意思。它表达的就是这种负面情绪。While NOGAMI can have a negative connotation, it can also be used in a humorous or self-deprecating way. For example, someone might comment NOGAMI on Twitter posts as a light-hearted way to express doubt and poke fun as hype surrounding a particular project, such as Mimicoin with a funny name or an NFT project with an absurd idea. 所以 NOGAMI 尽管它通常用来表达一种负面的情绪，但是它有时候又会被用作是一种幽默的或者自嘲的方式。Crypto enthusiasts often use To the Moon to express excitement and optimism about the cryptocurrency's potential. NOGAMI serves as a humorous way to convey the opposite. 所以呢，我们说前面讲的上天啊、登月 To the Moon 用来表达一种乐观情绪 ，NOGAMI 就跟它相反，是用一种幽默的方式来表达相反的意思。所以通过这些术语呢，我们就可以更好地理解加密社区的文化。如果你像我一样对此类新知识充满兴趣和热情，想听更多类似的东西，请在留言区告诉我。咱们下次再见。